Today, our Jaguars playoff run continues here in the 2029 season. We are among the final 8 teams left, all vying for the Super Bowl, and take on the Baltimore Ravens. We are seeking our first AFC Championship game appearance after a demolishing of the Indianapolis Colts in the wild card round. We intercepted Anthony Richardson 4 times, sacked him 4 times. Now today we take on Lamar Jackson. I don't think we're going to be so lucky to have Lamar throw it to our defense the way Richardson was. The Ravens come in the number 2 scoring offense in all of football with the best running game and the defense that is top 10 in points allowed, pass yards allowed, and rush yards allowed. This sets up to likely be a much lower scoring game. And some of that may have to do with players that we are going to be missing today. Toward the end of our wildcard game, we lost Curtis Easley to a torn hamstring. Then we lose right guard Sam Cosmi, the team's best offensive lineman. Practice saw us lose Jelani Swain and Thomas Ridley. 3 offensive starters, a first-round rookie tight end. Those players are all missing for today's action. The Ravens, meanwhile, are without left tackle George Payton and running back Luke Marshall. So I've had to scramble to make a couple last-second signings then for this game. And here's what I've had to do. I first released Nick Blackburn because I wanted the additional roster spot. We signed Taylor Decker to a contract. And then you'll notice we had to restructure Sergio Baxter and Devon Lewis to sign another tight end in Cameron DeVoe. Some teams are restructuring to create many millions of dollars worth of cap room. We did these for a combined $490,000. We are operating at the absolute limits of the salary cap right now. We had to restructure players who are on rookie contracts, which is essentially unheard of. I can't think of a situation where that's actually happened. But in this game, we are going to have Taylor Decker actually step in to start at left tackle. The ratings are just a little bit better than Anton Harrison, especially for pass protection. Harrison also not a great run blocker, very low strength at the position. We're already missing our best guard and tight ends, so we're not also going to take a major hit with run blocking at tackle. Decker can step in and I think do a fine job. But getting the start at tight end, I don't believe he has ever started a game before as the number 1 player. It is Joe Wilder, 3rd-year tight end / wide receiver out of Virginia Tech. Drafted as a receiver, but he spent the last 3 years developing as a tight end, and he's become a very fun role player that comes off the bench. I'm not going to bother with blocking. Getting it from 39 to 40 is really not going to make a difference. Wilder is out there because of his speed and what he can do as a receiver. If I think we need the blocking upside instead, that's where Cameron DeVoe comes in. A more balanced skill set. I signed him off the Buccaneers practice squad. 84 speed, 84 catching, solid route running, and 65 run blocking. As a 78 overall, he was probably one of the highest rated players across any practice squad. And with both our top 2 tight ends out, we're going to get Cameron DeVoe immediate playing time behind Joe Wilder. And there's a chance I end up playing DeVoe more if we just need that blocking and well-rounded skill set. Losing players in this series is nothing new to us. But here's what we're up against. Lamar Jackson is now in season 12. He's a 99 with the 2-point morale boost. We know Lamar by now. He's an amazing player, and a lot of these ratings are near perfect. We have to contain the running game, which isn't as good as it once was. Jackson makes it the number 1 running game in football. That has very little to do with their running backs, who have somehow combined for over 20 touchdowns. The Ravens this season have ran in 38 touchdowns. I'm not even going to look it up. That's an NFL record. I know it is. Who are the Frankfurt Yellow Jackets? You know, that's my bad. Who could have forgotten about the Frankfurt Yellow Jackets in 1924? That was one of the most complete backfields at the time. So, outside of the Frankfurt Yellow Jackets, no team has ran in more touchdowns than these Baltimore Ravens. They still throw for a lot, by the way, and have a great young tight end in Rashard Warner out of TCU. He is fast, dynamic, a good route runner, and they still have the likes of Zay Flowers and Rashad Bateman. Nnamdi Madubuike, definitely a potential game wrecker in the middle of this D-line. He can stop the run, he can certainly get to the quarterback, does everything extremely well. Imagine a crystal ball at the infancy of this series, seeing this in our future. Who is this quarterback who has led us now to a second division title round? It is the one and only Chuck Johnson. He battles with the multi-time MVP. I'm not sure if Lamar's won it here in the franchise. He tends to win those. But it's the Jaguars and the Ravens' biggest game of the series. Underway, division round football is here. Ravens up first. And the key for us has to be winning up front. There are too many great receivers. Lamar Jackson is too good to simply let him have time in the pocket to make clean throws. There are going to be open receivers. As great as Stanley Billups was last episode, I can't expect 3 more picks against Lamar. I like us showing pressure here straight away. It is a run, and stuffed for a loss of 1 is Deuce Vaughn. So the Ravens have the smallest running back in the league after having the largest running back in the early days of the franchise. No more Derrick Henry. On second down, Jackson's pass. Caught on the outside, but not much out there. Third down. Down goes Jackson. Pressure from Walker and Josh Hines-Allen. And here comes the engineer behind the hottest offense in the NFL. 6 consecutive victories going back to the end of the regular season, with no interceptions thrown and at least 28 points scored in every game. Can that magical stretch somehow continue? We get underway at our 38.5-yard line. Jackson throwing over the middle, and it's complete to Kevin Parker, first down. He fakes the Joe Johnson and dumps it off. There is Joe Wilder, who has incredible leg drive and fights for the first down. Play action. Johnson now. He's chased and sacked by Rodgers. It's a loss of 7. Play action. 2nd and 17. There is number 17, getting us back to a reasonable third down. We're in field goal range, but can we move the sticks as the Ravens go 6 across the defensive line? Johnson back to throw and gets it out very late for Kevin Parker, and he only gains 2. Aubrey, wow, that was a ton of leg on that kick, and it is good. And we have spent next to no time trailing in this winning streak. Jaguars on the board first. Ravens now first down. It is another tackle in the backfield. Vaughn losing 5. Trayvon Walker's become quite the force throughout this series. Josh Hines-Allen, elite as well, and Jackson's pass is complete. A good pickup. Showing pressure, we send 4. It's a screen, and getting the first down to the 47 is Deuce Vaughn. Jackson caught in the backfield. A lot of plays for a loss already. That one from Devin Lloyd. And now a false start that'll knock him back even further. Play action, and again we get into the backfield, and right now the Ravens are having to play by our rules. We are dictating what they do. Now we're looking to end their second drive. Jackson fakes. Has a man open. It's a big catch and run inside the Jaguar 35. Motion, the flip, and then running into Vaughn. That play goes nowhere. Billups is down on the bottom of the screen. Jackson has time. To the middle. Rashard Warner the catch. And stopped at the 27. Nice job on those third downs, getting into field goal range. Ravens now to tie things up. Kick was nearly blocked, but it is good. Jaguars drive number 2, sent downfield, incomplete for Brian Thomas. Really should have had that one. He caught every pass that was thrown at him last episode. Every target was hauled in. That one was very catchable. On the move and out to Cormier. What a cut. It's a first down to the 43. Ravens pressure. Johnson. Crossbody. Oh, what a hit. Kyle Hamilton just leveled Kevin Parker. Where's our unnecessary roughness penalty there, man? Johnson flustered. He gets sacked. There's been a good deal of pressure already. Johnson's had to move his spot, throw from odd places at times, but this time he's going to hook up with Brian Thomas. And I like seeing on this drive now 3 15-plus yard pass attempts. These balls have been on the money. Good decisions. They're not all catches, obviously. Wow! Buried for a loss of 6. This ain't going to be an easy game for Jackson or Johnson. That's going to be Joe Johnson getting the carry up to the 41. This is where Wilder is at his best, perhaps, when he's in the slot. Third down and 10. Intercepted! Going straight to the defender, Roquan Smith. And it did go to Wilder. Johnson trying to help out my commentary there. And for Chuck, this is his first interception since the last time we lost the game. First big play defensively goes to Baltimore. And how about Deuce Vaughn? Breaking tackles and gaining 7. Here's Lamar Jackson, and that pass is hauled in. Billups a step late getting there. We send 4. Here's Lamar, chased by Walker. He outruns him, but we contain only 4 yards. Oh, my! Sent through the middle, Devin Lloyd. I can't believe how much these guys are getting hit. 3rd and 11. Jackson wide open. Rashard Warner. If anything has given this defense problems these last couple years that stood out to me, it's dynamic tight ends, having big games, racking up a lot of receptions. Into field goal range. Jackson. His best run so far, 6 yards. Pressure coming and countered. Here's Vaughn for the first down to the 13. Jackson on second down to the outside. Zay Flowers out of bounds with Billups defending. Who's going to find the end zone first? Ravens, 3rd and 8. Screen for Vaughn. Picks up a block, but does not get the first down. Again, Billups the tackle. Baltimore takes the lead. It is 6-3. Johnson's first interception thrown in quite some time. His next pass is a wide open one to Wilder. Parker the motion man. He gets the handoff, but the Ravens stop him after 2. Play action, a lot of passing. Johnson, no! Knocked away from Parker. Feels like we're de-emphasizing the run game a little more here than I'd like. A lot of aggressive throws by Johnson. Could be another one here. It's complete. Parker the reception. His growth from the start of this year to where he is right now is massive. Johnson caught by Thomas. Big gains continuing to escort us down the field. But I think eventually you'd like a little bit of the run game to take some of the pressure off the quarterback. Here's Cormier in the second level. Some blocks set up, and Benji gets 10. Pretty ridiculous. His first carry comes with 4 minutes to play in the first half. Joe Johnson hasn't carried much either. Won't carry here as Chuck dropped. 4 sacks already. Robert Hunt is the replacement right guard. Taylor Decker, the replacement left tackle. Out goes Thomas in motion. Pass to Dontavian Wicks. And the Jaguars bring it to the 1. This has to be Joe Johnson territory right here. 3rd and goal. Running it into the end zone. The go-ahead touchdown. Joe Johnson. It's Raven football again. 3 minutes to play in the first half. This has been about the type of game I expected it to be. Points aren't coming easy. Nice grab by the tight end. Jackson, he's pressured, and Walker gets there once again. Loss of 7. He's made plays in the run. That is our first sack of the game. Jackson keeping and meets Josh Hines-Allen. What a hit to force 3rd and long. And the Jaguars would love another chance at a 2-minute drill. 3rd down and 21. Do not let them get behind you here. It is a run and only a gain of 4. The punt sent deep. Back there is Ross, and we will begin at the 19-yard line with 1:48 remaining. Chuck Johnson has already thrown the ball pretty aggressively, and I think we'll ask him to do it here. Wilder motions, and we open as Chuck throws complete. Thank you, Joe Johnson. Despite him making that catch, I've put in Cormier to get as many snaps as possible on this drive. 1:20 on the clock. Johnson, plenty of time, and it's Parker. Ravens send the extra man. Buying time. Bat of the way. Looking for Wicks. 44 seconds to go, and a good catch made by Wilder. Jacksonville uses the timeout. They still have 1 remaining. 3rd and 5. Wilder, the catch. Final timeout used. So you're looking for 1 play, ideally, that can set you up for a field goal. Just because I'm not sure if we can trust the clock management. Chuck's going for it all. Forget the field goal. It's Thomas, and he can't make the catch. That was a great look. I don't mind that right there. Now Chuck is in trouble, and he's losing 8. Will we even get an additional snap now? We will not. That's the first half. What a close to it for Baltimore, preventing that touchdown and then keeping us from adding anything. But the Jaguars still lead. The defense has played as well as anybody could have hoped against the Lamar Jackson-led team. I believe we're seeing just how valuable Trayvon Walker has become to this team. Even losing his development and not being this elite pass rush threat, he's still great against the run, a high pressure guy, and he still does have sack production, and this year more than the last 3 that we had seen. So the Jaguars take over. Cormier will open things with a loss apparently. Johnson, no chance. That's a fumble. Who's going to get it? Ravens fall on it at the 7. That play looked doomed from the beginning, and it's our 2nd turnover. We're giving the best running team in football a 7-yard field, and they go empty, oddly enough. Watch the draw here. Or not. Lamar, Vaughn to the 1. Inverted pistol with 2 receivers, and Vaughn loses about 1. Trayvon Walker got in there again. 3rd and goal. Pistol for Lamar. Running it, diving across is Vaughn. The Ravens, with their first touchdown, retake the lead. We can't afford to have any more takeaways. I think Johnson's played all right to this point. Very aggressive attacking. I like to see us do a better job of mixing in the running backs, but we're giving Parker and Thomas a chance to make the big plays that can make the difference. So if we're going to lean on our stars, I can't be too mad at that. Madden in the backfield, and we just do not have the blocking inside against this front. I don't think that changing out the tight end would change anything there because we're getting beat inside. 3rd down and 3, rolling Johnson, and he finds Thomas, who takes it across the 50. Very big play there for Johnson with the pressure and him rolling to his left. Wasn't so sure about that. Now we spread the defense, and on the 2nd effort, the 3rd effort now, Cormier gains 1. I mean, talk about earning every bit of that play. We've got to keep throwing. It's our only option, honestly. Forget what I said about 60 seconds before. Don't run the football. It's a waste of time against this defense. 3rd and 3. Certainly don't run here. Off the fake. Chuck, he's going to run now, and it doesn't work. 7 sacks. Matabike. What a display by this Ravens front. And the coverage looks pretty good across the board, although a touch throw could land you a nice Kevin Parker catch here. By then, Johnson's already decided it was time to run. I don't think they really changed their mind here at all. If they decide they're going to run, it's going to be a run. Ravens lead will hold as they get the football back, and that doesn't seem like a good punt. Not at all. Baltimore goes 3 tight end, and Vaughn doesn't go far. Uh-oh. Grabbing at his wrist and exiting is Trayvon Walker. Now, at the sideline there, that usually means they're coming back, but maybe not until this drive is over. So it's 2nd down. Jackson gonna throw it outside, and kind of an awkward play, but complete. Sprained wrist for Trayvon Walker. He should return pretty soon. I might even manually just get him back out there immediately. I mean, it's 3rd down. All right, Trayvon Walker's already playing. I didn't realize I could actually play Jelani Swain through this shoulder strain. I usually don't check the injury report in-game for stuff like that. I guess I'll have to keep it in mind if someone has a practice injury and I want to see if they can play through it. 3rd and 2. We have Walker back out there. It's misdirection, and Vaughn is not going to get it. Jacksonville ball, as the defensive lines have just been dominating this game. Even if they're not the ones making the tackles, they're still making the tackles possible. Chuck on 2nd down. He's going to throw it to the outside, and there is Kevin Parker. And now that's Odenbo that's going to come off and out of the game for Baltimore. We have the fullback on now as the pressure gets there, and here is Joe Johnson. We'll take 5. Good protection. It's a 1st down. Wicks the catch. Again, blitzing right through the A-gap. Roquan Smith. And that's 8 sacks now for Baltimore. We have not seen anything quite like this game all year. The defensive lines just manhandling up front on both sides. Johnson, caught by Parker, speeding away to the 12. You know, this is one of those games where it feels like having difference makers at receiver is essential. We do not have the running game on our side, and we have to find ways to get big plays behind this pass rush. Cormier will hesitate his way into a loss of 3. Play action, Wilder, he's going to run out of room, and if he stays in bounds, with his speed, he might score. 3rd down and 10. Wilder is slot right. Ravens only send 4. Johnson with time. It is incomplete. About as good of a throw there as you could have wanted for Wicks. Is this worth a potential challenge? Let's see how this unfolded here. This is strong flood, it looks like. And they do find a way to clear open just enough space. It's the right throw at the right time. And Wicks, unfortunately, only gets the 1 foot down. We settle for the field goal, and it's 13-all here late 3rd. What a battle. Either one of these two teams would be a fitting winner. Ravens take over. Jackson, he's in trouble, and Hines Allen with Walker bring him down. 4-man rush, pocket pushed, and Jackson finds Vaughn. Just getting a few for a more manageable 3rd down is huge. Jackson needs 9, drops back deep, takes off to run. Does he have the space? He does! It is close! 1st down. And that is how the quarter comes to an end. What a battle. But this is also just confirmation of what we've built. To be playing this type of a game against the Ravens, I think shows the progress we've made. That our defense can put up a performance like they have so far. Complete over the middle again to the tight end. The receivers have not seen a lot of targets come their way. Rashard Warner's had a lot of attention. Jackson quickly. It's a 1st down again to Warner. They flip this one now, and it's perfectly defended. Ezra Telfer, the big tackle. And Josh Hines Allen now is going to exit the game. Trayvon Walker up here, and Martin Cooper now enters. 2nd down and a dump off. Again, just going back to the tight ends every play. Showing a lot of pressure here potentially. 3rd and 8, what's the call? We send 5. Jackson, complete to Zay Flowers. 1st down, Baltimore. Now they run it, cutting inside. Easily their best run. 9 yards. Jackson back to pass. A 1st down collected again by Warner. And now it looks like Rosengarten's going to come out. Flowers in motion to the outside and beating Telfer. Brought to the 1 by Woodley. Excellent call there. They bring the motion. End up with 1-on-1 space to the outside. Very good design. Now 1 yard away. Ravens to go up a touchdown. Vaughn. Oh, wow. Loss of 4. Can't take any yards for granted in this game. Nothing's free. 2nd down. It's complete. And Bateman scores. After being one of the faces of my Raiders franchise back on Madden 24, his first catch has put the Ravens in front, just beating J.D. Short. Seeking a new contract in the offseason is Chuck Johnson. He's still trying to show us that he is a $200+ million quarterback. Moments like this determine who is worthy of those deals. Over the middle and complete to Kevin Parker. From the 48, now dropped off Wicks. We're into Raven territory. Here's Chuck with time and wide open. Gets it to Brian Thomas. 318 yards on the day. Continually throwing the ball downfield. Now into the red zone. Swung out. That's Grenard. And the young fullback loses one. Chuck is changing the play. What does he see in this defense? In motion, that's Brian Thomas. And Chuck throws. It's Wicks. Good catch. This should be 4-down territory now. 3rd and 4. Ravens bring 4. It is caught. And Wicks is tackled inside the 5. Can they put this in the end zone now? Goal to go with 4 minutes to play. Back to pass. Johnson. It is caught. Touchdown, Dontavian Wicks. And the Jaguars put together the game-tying drive. Without a doubt, this is one of the best games of the franchise. And now Lamar comes out. It's his turn. As he tries to put the Ravens in the AFC title game, 4:06 to play. There is no guarantee our offense touches the football again. But the Ravens open. Jackson has it in his hands. Lost the football and diving on it. It's J.D. Short. Waiting for the takeaway. We get it here in the critical final minutes. As long as Lamar's knee was not down. He might have been down. Devon Lewis applied the hits. And there is no review. All right, then. We're going to watch the replay back. Johnson on 1st down. Zips the pass into Brian Thomas. So if they were to do a review, it would interrupt the slow simming. Doing slow sim doesn't keep them from having a chance at reviewing. But we don't see this situation pop up all that often. When does Lamar lose possession now? Because as he's going to the ground, I think the ball's out there. And he is certainly not down. That is a good call. Devon Lewis. This animation sequence usually is because the player was down. Usually fumbles have their own special animations, be it hit sticks, strips, and it's more obvious. That was actually one that wasn't clear at full speed. Awesome. We got behind the offensive view now. Chuck, he's got Wilder. Good footwork, Joe. I don't know how to trigger this camera, but I'm happy every time we can do it. We are in the eyes now of Chuck Johnson. Well, kind of. It's still a third-person view. But we can see what Chuck sees. And he's going to run it up the middle. Chuck inside the 5. Oh, man, run up behind Robert Hunt here. They are stacked on the left. It's Cormier getting hammered. So we got Wilder on the left. Who knows where the receivers are? I can't see a thing. That's Wicks, though, lining up next to Wilder. So 3 receivers on the field. Johnson spins left, takes off, and he's in! Touchdown, Chuck Johnson! Jacksonville on top with only 2:29 remaining. I wish this was the default kicking view for slow sim. Well, you could adjust some things there. I just want broadcast for kicks, honestly. 27-20, a fourth quarter comeback by the Jaguars. And now the defense trying to send us on to the next round. Spreading out the defense to open things. Lamar back to pass. Hooks up. Again, Rashard Warner. 10 catches on the day. Inside of 2 minutes as they do get a Zay Flowers conversion. 1:27 on the clock. Jackson out quickly and got a step. It's Bateman. Got behind Short for a big play to the 17. And the Ravens will spend a timeout there because Bateman is going to come out of the game. I want to see this play again. All right, cover 1 man. That's about what I thought it was here. Yeah, press coverage. Didn't really get his hands on him. And we aren't done yet. The MVP is only 17 yards away. Billups at the top. Ravens put 2 receivers on the right and now orbit Zay Flowers to the other side. A space play. Flowers slips the tackle of Telfer. 5 yards. Uh-oh. Talk about key injuries. Rashard Warner's out of the game right now. So Stevens is here, number 88. He has a couple catches in this game. But they're missing their top playmaker and Rashad Bateman right now. That's Woodley orbiting. Caught. Flowers. 1st and goal. Jackson to throw. Now takes off. Lamar is in. And the game is tied. We have the 2 top rushing touchdown threats at quarterback in the NFL this year. And they just scored rushing touchdowns on back-to-back drives. I forgot to see who has the most rushing touchdowns because for much of this year, Chuck Johnson had the title. How many times has this game been tied up? 27 all, a minute to go. And now Chuck Johnson looks for one final drive to win this game. It's returnable. Here is Ross on the run back to the 28-yard line. And Chuck, we need one more from you. You've been tremendous throughout this game. We've rallied for 3 years around the 6th-rounder Chuck Johnson. He throws across the middle. Thomas makes the catch for 5. You do not have to get all that close to give Aubrey a chance. Over the middle. Wilder. Timeout with 38 to play. Are we sure Aubrey couldn't make one from here? That would be a 77-yarder. Wilder the catch. We certainly can hit one from here. Not a guarantee, but I think we're close enough to send him out. 2nd and 2. Getting even closer. Joe Wilder. Out of timeouts. And now I'm nervous about our clock management and the dreaded 20-second runoff that could hit at any moment. Come on, guys. It is a run. Oh, boy. Leaping over a defender, getting to the target mark. And now, 10 seconds left. Oh, boy, this is scary. Throw it away. Throw it away. Johnson. Yes, he threw it away. The delayed spike by Chuck Johnson. And here is Brandon Aubrey as John Harbaugh gets the timeout in. And this is for the win. 51-yard attempt for Brandon Aubrey. Mayfield puts it down. The kick is good! With 1 second remaining. It comes down to a kick return, unless Aubrey kicks this to Orlando, which he gets it halfway there. And now one last play for Lamar Jackson. Do not let them get behind you. Lamar backs up, fires on the move. This is it, and it is incomplete. The Jaguars are moving on to the AFC Championship. 30-27, an absolute thrilling game. And poor Lamar Jackson, man, just this division round has not been kind to him. And he now loses to the best up-and-coming quarterback in the AFC. That was one of the most unique games of the franchise. These two tremendous quarterbacks had to throw it a combined 75 times. They do so for a combined 660 yards, only 2 touchdowns. Chuck Johnson had to put together like his career high in yardage because there was no running game. We couldn't even get 2 yards an attempt with our running backs. The Ravens didn't fare any better. It was clear the best option in this game was to throw it. Both teams heavily utilized their tight ends, but we also used the rookie Kevin Parker, who hauled in 9 receptions, the most among any receiver in this game. But how about this performance by Joe Wilder with multiple catches on that setup drive to close things out? And we survived the onslaught brought upon by this Baltimore defensive front. And I thought in the second half especially, we blocked as well as we could have hoped. I forgot that in this game you could take snapshots while you're in the replay mode. I didn't realize they'd get featured here in the news. That's pretty cool. I don't know how many of these I can save overall, but I'll have to start keeping these. Just have some good memories in the series. 640 likes. You guys can do better than that, though. The playoffs are never easy. Just ask the Ravens. Well said, Charles Davis. They have never had it easy in the postseason. So now there is only one AFC foe left standing for our Jaguars. And as I expected, the Vikings lost in the playoffs. But the Jets and Jaguars will meet again. And it's the Giants and Packers in the NFC. The number 1 and 2 seeds square off on both sides. No upsets. And of course, the Jets are the team that humbled us more than anyone this year. I felt that was our worst performance of the season. We played the Jets in week 2, losing 31-7. The Jets with quarterback Brett Searles are now one of the best teams in the league. In this game, Searles was nearly perfect. 30 of 33 for 4 touchdowns, 335 yards. It wasn't a good game for Chuck Johnson. We couldn't run the football against them. Are we more prepared for this game? We know they have a lot of talent on offense, but I think that we're up for the challenge after a game like we just put together. Xavier Bullitt scored twice in that game. Quinnen Williams, yeah, he can definitely be a problem, especially with us still missing Sam Cosmi at right guard. And let's see if there are any more injuries for this game. Defensively, none added. Offensively, we are good to go. 3 players on the injury report, and it was a multi-week injury for Thomas Ridley. Every now and then, those practices produce a 2-week injury. But if Ridley were healthy, Wilder would still play. That was a 10-catch performance, and he absolutely should be out there right now if Easley can't go. Now, should we win and go to the Super Bowl, we would be getting Sam Cosmi back for that game, which would be colossal. The Jets are without their starting center, Joe Tippmann. Sauce Gardner, Breece Hall, Quinnen Williams, Garrett Wilson, Max Mays. He's one of their youngest players they've drafted in this series that has broken out. Wow, 89 speed rusher, 97 finesse move, 90 acceleration, 7 sacks this year, 9.5 a couple back. Xavier Bullitt, nearly the same overall as Garrett Wilson, who is 4 years older than him. Bullitt scored twice against us. I think he was in Eli Arrington's draft class. And Arrington was just my guy that year. How did he finish the year, by the way? I'm not sure we ever checked on his stats. Nor did we check on the awards or anything either. I was going to save that and forgot. It was a good year, though. I mean, Arrington went for 14 yards a catch, 10 touchdowns, while only playing in... Well, he played 15 to 17 games. But he did so with backup quarterback the entire season. So with that, everybody, the stage is set for this year's championship round. And it is such an exciting time in the Jaguars franchise to dominate our way through round 1 and then go toe-to-toe with one of the league's best, now to earn a matchup against a team that we were not ready for in week 2, but so much football has passed since then, we might as well be a different team. And we'll see if we can make it to the Super Bowl next time in the Jaguars franchise. Thank you all for watching today's video. Please leave that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let me know down below what you think of this year's Jaguars. Have a great day, everybody.